Hey guys, triple washed collard greens. Ready for the Thanksgiving or Christmas holidays? I'm going to show you how to wash your greens.
De-stem, cut, and then cook those babies. Oh yeah, Southern food goodness.
Step by step. Here we go.
Hey guys, and welcome to my channel, PromoSTK, eating good in the neighborhood, and PromoSTK, Sheila's Creations way. Right now, you guys, you see my collard greens that I purchased. Oh yeah, collard greens, fresh collard greens. They've already been washed, but I am going to do my triple wash on these greens. So stay tuned and you'll see how I de-stem these greens. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take them off their stalk. And as you see, I'm pulling the leaf back. And there's that big stem. And what you want to do is you want to take that leaf and, as I'm doing it now, bend it and pull that collard green off. And that's what you want to keep. The stem, you want to toss. So I'll do just a few more, just so you'll see how I'm pulling that collard green leaf off of that stem. There you go. Now I'm going to do maybe a couple more. Then I'm going to go off camera, finish them up. And then when I come back, you will see all of those collard greens off the leaves. And then I'll show you the last bunch before I go to the next step. All right, so I'm almost done, you guys. I'm on the last bunch of greens. The last bunch. And I'm going to finish these up. And then what I'm going to do after I do these last bunch, I will take these greens over to the sink and we're going to do the first wash, which is going to be washing each leaf. And you'll see as I'll start to do that. Okay, so we're all done. And look at all those stems. Oh, yeah. Now, sometimes a lot of people may want to cut up those stems real thin and still put them in your greens, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to go ahead and start taking my leaves, as I said, and take them over to the sink. So join me in my sink. All right, so we're going to start running the water, cold water, and we're going to start piling those leaves in the sink. Yes, we're going to pile them in the sink and we are going to wash them. Now, I use Dawn soap to wash my greens. Some people may want to use something different. I'm not sure. I use just the old-fashioned Dawn. And I'm going to get my water, my cold water ready. We're going to wash these and I'll show you how I start washing my leaves. And all you'll do is just pretty much just run the waters on each one of the leaves, inspecting them as you do so. It may be a little tedious extra, but it's not. It doesn't take any more time to do that. See that? We're going to do that to each leaf. Okay, so I'm going to do this off camera and I'll come back when I'm all done. All right, so all the leaves have been washed. Now we got the soapy water and we're going to take all those leaves and just soak them and just press them down and get them all mixed in that soap. You want to do that thoroughly. Just take and just move them around. Take the top to the bottom and the bottom to the top and just press those leaves down in that soapy water. And you want to do this for about maybe 10-15 minutes. It's very relaxing. So you just want to just make sure that all those suds get all in those greens. Oh yeah. So after you do this, then we'll take and give them another good rinse off. And then we'll bring them to the table so that we can go ahead and start cutting them up. So let's finish doing this and meet me over to the table and let's start cutting them. Oh, yeah. All right, you guys. So we're going to start getting them wrapped and cut. And I'm going to show you just how I do my leafy greens. So we're going to get some big pieces and we're going to lay them flat. And we're kind of like going to just build the layers as we go. We're going to build the layers and then we'll roll it almost like a cigar. We'll roll it and then we will slice it some thin strips. I have a brown paper bag on the side, and as I get them all sliced up, I'm going to be putting them in that brown paper bag. And you will see just how full that brown paper bag can get. And that's a large grocery size brown paper bag. And we got 3 bunches of collard greens. So as you see, I'm rolling it up. You want to kind of get it rolled up tight. And then you just make sure you have a sharp knife. And then you're just going to slice them. Slice them in thin strips. Some people may chop them up, but I like to slice mine in thin strips. That's the way my grandma did it, and that's the way my mama did it. So I like to do it the way the oldies, the old Southerners do it. So yeah, so I'm just going to slice it up. Be careful not to slice your hand or your finger because the knife is sharp. But that's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to show you a couple of times as I do this. And hopefully you'll get comfortable with doing it if it's your first time de-stemming, cleaning, and cutting your greens. So far, we've washed them twice. We did the rinse. We did the wash and soak. And after we get done cutting up all these leaves of collard greens, we will take them back to the sink and do the triple wash, which is be the final wash with them cut up. And as you see, I'm putting those in that bag. That's the first row that I have sliced up and put in there, as you guys see. Yep, that's it. And then we're going to make some more. Get your bigger leaves and kind of put your smaller leaves in the middle and your broken leaves in the middle. So you kind of want your big leaf at the bottom and another big leaf at the top with all your little smaller leaves in the center. And once we get all that in there, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to roll it as tight as you can. If it breaks, that's okay, because we're going to be cutting it anyway. You just roll it as tight as you can and tuck if you can as well. So pull the knife back out and there we go. Just again, be careful not to cut your finger or your hand. And you see the little ribbons that I'm cutting? Oh yeah, we're just going to slice those babies up. And as you get to the end, you can roll it, flip it a little tighter to make sure that that roll stays a roll. And look at that. You see that? Thin strips. Okay. So that's how you want them. I will go ahead and put this in the brown paper bag. I'll probably do one more, maybe, and then the rest will be off camera. You can always rewind and watch how I cut it. but we got a lot of greens here. So we're going to do this last one right here. And we are going to come back once we're on the last bundle so that you guys can see the final step going into washing those strips. And then you'll be able to see how many greens did I get in that brown paper bag. All right, you guys, I'm so glad you guys are enjoying this. I am de-stemming, I am cleaning, and I am cutting the collard greens. All right, we're going to roll this again. Remember to roll it tight. And we're just going to cut those thin slices. See that? Yep. Just remember the top and the bottom. You want to have the bigger leaves, and then the smaller ones, just put them in the middle. And it all gets cut up together. Oh, yeah. We're going to be mukbanging these on PromoSTK, eating good in the neighborhood. And you'll also see this, me doing this on that channel and also on my Eating Good in the Neighborhood channel. This is how you want those ribbons to look. Oh yeah, see that? It's real simple. Put me some comments in the comment section below and let me know what you think. Let me know if you've done it a different way. But those are the greens, and we're going to continue. So we'll see you back at the sink when we're done cutting these up. Oh, yeah. And this is the last bundle. Yay. I'm going to go ahead and cut this last bundle up so you guys can see me cut this bundle. This is all the last of the leaves. We're going to do this real tight. We're going to tuck it in and do it really, 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 really tight. And this is our last. And now you'll see me add it to the bag, and this will be the end of all that cutting. Now we're going to take that bag that's full with those cut up greens, and we're going to take them over to the sink and do the final wash, which is that triple wash collard green process. Oh yeah, so we're filling the sink up with water. We're going to pour that whole bag of greens, cut up greens, in the sink. Oh yeah, get them all in there. And of course, we're going to put a little Dawn in there with them. We're going to give them a good washing and rinse, a good washing and sudsing, and just getting your hands all in those greens, almost like you're washing your clothes, but you're going to be washing those greens. So yeah, we're going to get those greens, their final wash done. We got the soap already in there. And we are going to get this done. Oh yeah. So please leave me a comment below if you haven't already. Subscribe, turn that red button gray. Let me know this process. Let me know if your mama did it this way, if your grandmama did it this way, or you saw somebody do it this way, or you do it this way. Let me know, because these greens, when we cook these babies up, they're going to be the best tasting tender greens. So what we're going to do is when we're done rinsing them off, we're actually going to blanch them. We're going to blanch them for about 15 minutes. And that's just give them a little quick boil, 15 minutes. And then we're going to put these babies in the freezer. So when we're ready to have us a good old pot of greens, guess what? We're going to have us a good old pot of Southern soul food collard greens. Oh, yeah. See you on the next video. Hey, you guys, it's your girl, Shala, and I'm making the best old-fashioned Southern collard greens. Y'all saw me de-stem, cut, and triple wash those greens. Now y'all gonna see me put it all together. So stay tuned, because we're gonna go step by step on this Southern soul food collard greens for your Thanksgiving or Christmas holiday. Oh yeah.
right, you guys, it's collard green time. Who's ready for collard greens? PromoSTK, Shows Creations Way. You guys, I have blanched my greens. These are fresh greens that I blanched. You know, when you learn from your grandma, your mom, blanch your greens. So I've done that already. And that's pretty much just boiling them for about 15 minutes and then letting them drain. And now we're ready to put them in a pot with everything else that's gonna go in the seasoning. So these are the seasonings, you guys. And this is ham, some good old ham that we're gonna season it off of a ham bone. And let's get to it. All right, you guys, so first off, what we're gonna do is we're gonna take our meat, our ham. It was frozen. You know what, we get that Sunday ham.
Or that leftover ham, or you just have that good old ham bone. Oh yeah.
And you freeze that bone. Oh yeah, freeze that bone. And freeze the meat and all that goodness that come off of it. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna add water. Yeah, we're gonna add water to this, and we're gonna build our broth off of this ham or pork. So I'm gonna add some water to it, and we're gonna let it come to a boil for about 45 minutes to an hour, because we want our water, we want that good old water to have that good old seasoning of that pork. So we'll put about 8 cups of water in there. And let it boil down with the lid off. Boil down with the lid off. Okay, so we got that in there. And then we're gonna go ahead and put our Goya ham seasoning in there with it. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and put some more seasoning in here as it gets rich and frothy. So we're gonna put some Badia Complete in there. Because we definitely want our water to be seasoned. You can always go back and check it and taste it for later. You're gonna put some onion powder. And you're gonna put about a tablespoon of all these seasonings, guys. We're gonna put some red pepper flakes. Watch out. All right. Let me take the lid off. I'm gonna pour and get at least a tablespoon in there. Oh yeah, that's perfect. And black pepper. And y'all know when y'all have when y'all have collard greens, you gotta have cornbread. So y'all go and look at my recipe for my cornbread, because I will be making cornbread. I won't be doing another cornbread recipe because I have it on my cooking channel. So check it out. All right, so we're gonna let that come to a boil, and it's gonna boil. It's gonna be on high for about 15 minutes, and then I'll put the heat down to about low to medium and let it just simmer until this good old broth gets flavored with that ham. See you back in a few, and then we'll add the greens. Oh yeah. All right, as you guys have seen, the pork ham has boiled down. You can look at the rim of it here and see how much water has boiled out. Now we're gonna add our collard greens. Oh yeah, now we're gonna add our collard greens. All right.
And just a little tip, when you do blanch your greens, it does cut down on the actual cook time when you are starting to actually cook your collard greens.
Mix it around. Make sure we get the collard greens mixed in with that good old brothy juice. Once we do this, we'll add about a cup of of water. And then we'll let it finish cooking. Well, actually, we'll add about 2 cups of water. How about that? Because it's going to cook down some more. All right, about 2 cups of water. We'll now add our sea salt. Teaspoon of sea salt. And we're going to also add about 1.5 teaspoons of sugar. My mama always used to say, a little salt and a little sugar always gives it that added flavor.
And also, just a little FYI, the sugar in your greens, it just enhances the flavor. It does not make them sweet.
Tablespoon of sugar. 1.5 teaspoons to maybe a tablespoon.
You only put enough in there just to enhance that flavor, just like the salt.
That's going to definitely make that broth pop out. And while we're in here, we're going to add just a little bit of olive oil. Tablespoon of that little trick. Now we're going to cover this baby up and let it finish slow cooking for about 30 more minutes. All right, look at that broth. Look at that. Y'all see that good old rich broth? That's gonna be so good. All right, so we're gonna do what we do. We're gonna put this saran wrap on here. And we're gonna let it finish cooking. And we'll see you back once it's done. All right. All right, you guys. So now we're back at the collard greens. Let's take a look. Ooh, look at that goodness, y'all. Do y'all see that? Do y'all see that? Wow. Let me give y'all a closer look. Because I really think y'all need to see that goodness in this pot. Y'all talk about some good old soul food greens, y'all. Ooh, look at that. Let me give y'all a picture of this. Oh yeah, look at that. Oh my goodness. Look at these greens. Oh my goodness, do y'all see that? Do y'all see them greens? Oh my goodness. All right, I wish y'all were here to taste it, but guess what? Shell's Creations way. These are some awesome greens. Now I'm gonna get you a little closer. Get you a little closer. So I want you to see this goodness. This goodness in a pot. This soul food. This soul food. Ooh, it smells. Ooh, y'all try to eat some of the food. Yeah, I'm gonna eat some of this. Ooh, Lord Jesus. And look at that. Y'all see that? Y'all see how that pork done got all up in this meat? Oh, look at that. You guys, y'all know anything about southern greens? These are the best greens ever. I mean, you talk about your grandma greens, your mama greens. These are the greens. Ooh, I can just eat this whole pot. Oh, yeah. Come on and join us. PromoSTK. Eat good and make it good. All right, you guys. I didn't show you guys me making the cornbread for our meal, but check my recipe out on how I make my cornbread, and you guys can have the same awesome goodness at your table. Now it just came out of the oven, so I'm just gonna put some butter on top, and we're gonna be ready to eat and mukbang this thing. Again, PromoSTK, eating good in the neighborhood. Oh yeah. Bye.